Welcome to sports. I'm Ben Bornstein. We tip off the updates on the men's SEC basketball tournament. The first game of the day was a doozy as it went into double overtime before Missouri found themselves victorious. Mizzou was leading most of the game until late when a Texas A&M flurry brought them to a 68-all tie at the end of regulation. Missouri failed to get a shot off in regulation and the first overtime to end the game, but eventually did so on free throws in the second overtime. Missouri won 91-83. And now we will move to the game that's going on now. The score is 35-32 in favor of the Gamecocks at the half. More games on the slate tonight include 7-seed LSU versus 10-seed Alabama and 14-seed Mississippi State versus 6-seed and in-state rival Ole Miss. It's already the offseason for some teams, and Auburn wasted no time in firing their head coach. Tony Barbee was thrown on the Bobby after 4 years of service. He had a 48-75 overall record and an 18-50 record in the conference. Auburn hasn't reached the NCAA tournament since 2003. The number one ranked softball team in the land played a doubleheader yesterday and found themselves victorious in both games. The Florida Gators hosted the Mercer Bears and won both games by a combined 9-0 score. The first game was all offense as Florida got the mercy rule in 5 innings. However, the second game would prove to be much tougher as Florida would walk off with the win. And when I say walk off, I mean Chelsea Herndon walked across the plate and the game was over. However, Coach Tim Walton is already looking forward to their next series in Baton Rouge.
It'll be a crazy environment. We've played some great ball games there. They've got a softball-rich tradition program, so it's going to be tough no matter if our players have seen them or not seen them. They're a good team. They've beaten some really good teams this year, and it's going to be tough for us on the road. They're going to be ready to go.
It will be the second SEC series for both teams with LSU ranked 25. It is also the first trip outside of the state of Florida in a month for this Gator team. Lacrosse was in action, but there was nothing lax about how they played against Winthrop. The Gators scored early and often on their way to a 21-5 win against the Eagles. They did it behind scoring from just about all the offensive players on the field. 11 players in total scored for the Gators, with Shannon Gilroy scoring a team and game high 5 times. Winthrop is not one of the tougher opponents Florida will play, but midfielder Sam Darkangelo thinks it will help them this weekend.
I think it'll always be a good rivalry, but I think we just need to be ready. You know, it's their home field. They're going to be really excited, ready to go, and they just came off a big loss to Maryland, so they're going to be ready to go, and we just came off a big win, so hopefully we'll be ready to go too.
Syracuse is ranked number 2 in the land and will host Florida in the Carrier Dome on Saturday. Gator Nationals started today. The top fuel division champion Shawn Langdon talked with our own Steve Russell about what it takes to repeat as champion.
Coming back in as a defending champion, I don't think it's anything that you add any pressure to it. You really have to keep the same focus, the same mentality as a driver to what got you there. You can't really change too much once you get there.
Should Langdon win in the qualifier round, he will move on to the championship round on Sunday. You guys going to be catching some of the madness this March?
I mean, I got invited to my first bracket, so we'll kind of see how that goes, I guess.
Oh, it should be fun.
Thanks, Ben. Tonight's forecast includes a chance of frost and freezing temperatures. We'll get the final word on the weather when we come back.